Rachel, congratulations! You two looked fabulous. I'm glad you had a successful wedding. Yes, it was wonderful, wasn't it? We did a great job of decorating the venue ourselves. I'm happy the guests liked it too. You guys decorated the venue yourselves? That way, we can keep the costs down. We tried doing as much as we could. Rachel, I gave you $40,000 for your wedding. That should have been more than enough to cover the wedding fee. So why did you have to do things yourselves to save money? Right after you got engaged, you guys came to me begging in tears, saying you nor your parents had enough money for a wedding ceremony. You also said you wanted it to be as extravagant as possible, since it was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I had no choice but to help you out with a fortune. So how come that wasn't enough? You know, prices are skyrocketing nowadays. So, it cost more than we expected. Today's wedding was nice. But to be honest, I didn't think it was a $40,000 ceremony. The food was average, and the wines were clearly cheap. Tell me the truth. Where the hell did all my money go? That has nothing to do with you. You gave that money to us as a gift. It became our money, so I have no obligation to tell you how we used it. It's absurd for you to pry into our money. What? It was such a nice wedding today, but you ruined my good mood, Avery. This is why I hate mother-in-laws. They always try to lecture their daughter-in-laws, thinking they become our bosses or something. What do you mean by that? Even though I gave you guys that money and it became yours, that money was for the wedding expenses. If there was any chance it was used for something else, of course I would ask questions. Shut up. Just stop contacting me. Talking to you makes me feel sick. Bye. You always run away from my questions. Hi, Avery. Why are you texting me, Rachel? I thought talking to me makes you sick. I feel better now after a night's sleep. Anyways, I have something new to discuss with you. Is now a good time for you? I have a bad feeling about this. Can you just cut to the chase? Actually, we're thinking of living at your house. So can we move in this weekend? What? Here? Why would you want to move into your mother-in-law's house? Now that the wedding is over, it's time to think about buying a house, right? Last night, John and I talked about how we can purchase a house, but we realized it'd be difficult in our financial state. In the end, we came to the conclusion that we should have your house instead of purchasing one. Do you mean you guys want to live with me? No way! I don't want to live together with my mother-in-law when we're still newlyweds. We want to live in that house with just the two of us. So, could you move out of that house ASAP? What? Your husband passed away years ago, so you live in that huge house all alone. But don't you think it's a waste? You have extra unused rooms, right? It's true that I have many unused rooms, but you can't just tell me to give it to you and kick me out. Living together would just be stressful for both of us. Our ways of thinking are so different. We'll never be able to live together in peace, don't you think? In any case, this house will eventually be passed on to the eldest son, John. So, why should it be a problem if you give it to him now? You're not the one to decide on the inheritance. But that's what usually happens, right? Your daughter, Christina, is already married and has moved out. Then, it's natural for John to inherit this house. There's no problem for us to live there a bit earlier than planned. You guys only think about yourselves. What about me who's gonna get kicked out? Where shall I go? If I'm going to give you this house, You're gonna prepare somewhere for me to live, right? That's none of my business. Why don't you rent a small apartment for seniors? You guys are gonna pay the rent then? That's the least you can do. Huh? You should handle that on your own. You still have your husband's inheritance, right? Or you could move into your daughter Christina's house. You have no intention of supporting me with anything? Even though you're trying to kick me out of my own house? Then there's no merit for me to give up this house. I can't accept such nonsense. You have to accept this. We've already canceled our lease on the apartment we're living in. We're packing up our stuff so that we can move out this weekend. I've already made arrangements to rent a truck. What? So please move out. But if you say it's impossible, I guess I have no choice but to let you live with us. But in that case, you'll have to pay the rent. Pay you guys the rent? That's crazy. Once we move in, that house will become ours. John is the eldest son, so he has every right to inherit that house. If you're gonna live with us, you have to at least pay the rent to show some gratitude. Not all young people allow their in-laws to live with them, you know. How arrogant are you? And how much are you setting the rent at, by the way? Well, let's see. I don't want to live with you, so considering the inconvenience fee, how about $2,000 a month? $2,000 a month to just live in your own house? If you pay $2,000 a month, I'll let you live with us. If you have a problem with that, please move out ASAP. I'll go live with my daughter and her husband. Well then, goodbye. If you're going to move out, please do so by the end of this week. Please give my regards to Christina. Christina, I'm sorry to ask you this on such short notice, but could you let me stay at your place for a while? I've decided to move out of this house. What's going on all of a sudden? I got a call from Rachel just now. Now that they're newlyweds, they want to buy a house. But since they don't have the money, she asked me to hand over the family home to them. They thought the eldest son would eventually inherit it, so it wouldn't be a problem handing it over a bit early. What? And you decided to hand it over? Just for the time being. I've had enough of their selfishness. So for now, I'm going to pretend like I'm giving it to them. And in the meantime, I'm going to prepare to cut ties with them. Cut ties with them? I don't want to see Rachel or John, who is letting her do as she pleases. So I'm sorry, but would you let me stay at your place for a while? Out of anger, I couldn't help but bluster out that I'll go to your place. I'd be happy if you could let me stay until your husband comes back from the business trip. Of course. I was feeling rather lonely without my husband around, so I'd be glad to have you here. I'm sure my husband will be okay with it. Thank you. I'll move out as soon as I'm done with all the arrangements. There's no need to rush. Let's work together to get it done ASAP. If you're going to cut ties with him, I will too. You too? To be honest, I've always hated John. He always exaggerates the fact that he's the eldest son, saying how he's better at things than me. And his wife, Rachel. She has a similar personality to him. In fact, she was making fun of me behind my back. Oh, really? Right after she married John, she called me out to have a chat. She said, with my husband being the heir, we will be in charge of this family from now on. We shall decide everything, including how to share the inheritance. She said such things without my approval? That couple thinks that the eldest son holds some kind of power. But I'm fed up with them. I want to take this opportunity to cut them off, so let me help you. In that case, you and I shall work together. All right. Well, I'll pack up my stuff and be on my way. Hey, Avery. I didn't know your house was this old. It's much more inconvenient than I thought. Don't complain after taking it away from me. You two couldn't afford to buy your own house, so that's why you decided to live in my house by kicking me out. You're so mean. If you decided to give this place to us, you should have cleaned it up beforehand. In that case, we'll renovate it ourselves. So, Avery, please transfer the renovation money to our account. $100K. Huh? Just after you ask for the wedding expenses, next you ask for the renovation fee. And I can't believe you're asking $100K again. It's all because this house is too old. Even though we live here, we haven't officially inherited it yet. Since it's in your name, you, the owner of the house, should pay. You're just going to keep quibbling over it. Besides, even if I give you money for the renovation, I don't trust you to use it all for the house. Stop that griping and just transfer the money. If you do so, I might allow you to come visit us once. Huh? I hate having strangers in my house. That's why I have no intention of inviting you over. But if you're gonna pay for the remodeling, that's a different story. You can come visit us just once. Don't tell me you thought I'd offer you money for that. If you don't give us money, you may never see your son and his wife again. Your husband has passed away, and your daughter is now married. We, your son and his wife, are the only ones left who can look after you. You'll end up living a lonely retired life if you refuse to pay. That's fine with me. I was going to cut ties with you two anyways. You guys shall never get any money from me again. I never want to see your face ever again. What? And also, did you know that you aren't allowed to renovate a rental property without permission? It's common sense, you know. I can't believe my son married a woman who didn't even know that. Rental property? Well then, take care. Please, give my regards to my son John. Wait a minute. What do you mean by rental property? You built this house, right? You should be the owner. If you give us permission, there would be no problem. That was until a week ago. Now, that house belongs to my daughter Christina. I was renting the house from her until you kicked me out. When in the world did you give it to Christina? We never heard anything about it. I gave you $100K for the wedding, but actually, it was my gift to you guys before my death. In other words, it was my inheritance. I wanted to give Christina the same amount, but it was hard to give her cash. So instead, I gave her this house. That was your inheritance? Christina and her husband had been planning to buy a new house, but her husband went away on a long-term business trip, so they couldn't make time to search for houses. That's why I decided to give them this house. They can renovate it to their liking, or if they want to buy another house, they can just rent it out or sell it to make some money. Oh no! I always thought this house was too big to live alone. Therefore, I was going to use this as an opportunity to rent an apartment. When I told Christina about this, she said, "You can stay there until my husband comes back and we move in." That's how I lived there free of rent. But now that the resident has changed, she said she'd stop the rent-free service. She wants $2,000 per month from you. Why won't she rent us for free too? We're family. I'm her sister-in-law. She dislikes you. What? I heard from Christina how arrogant you were in front of her. There's no way she would let you live there rent-free. But $2,000 per month is too expensive. This house is old, A similar house can be rented for about $1,700. It may be expensive compared to the market, but the owner of the house has the right to decide the rent. You've gotta be kidding me. Then why don't you, her mother, do something about it? Your son and his wife are about to get ripped off by your daughter. Do something to protect us. As usual, it's always about you. This is why I hate daughter-in-laws. They're so selfish and arrogant that I can't communicate with them. Huh? Don't depend on your mother-in-law whom you despise so much. If you have a problem with the rent, get out. If you want to stay, pay $2,000 a month. That's the only choice you guys have.
Mom! Why won't you take our side? I can't believe you gave up this house to Christina without asking me. Even though I'm Christina's brother, she's charging us a monthly rent of $2,000. This is absurd.
Your wife charged me the same amount as rent in exchange for living with you guys in the house I used to live in. Didn't you think that was absurd?
That's different. You two may be family now, but you used to be strangers just until a few weeks ago. It can be exhausting to live with in-laws, so I don't think it was wrong of her to charge you a rent.
Then, it's not strange for Christina to charge you guys a rent either. Even if Rachel became her sister-in-law now, they were strangers until recently.
What the hell? Why aren't you taking our side? And I heard you're trying to cut ties with us.
Yes, that's right. You were blustering around saying that you're the eldest son and heir to the family. We're no special family, so I don't understand why you thought the eldest son had power over the family. Even though I disliked your attitude, I still helped you guys pay for the wedding. Now that I've fulfilled my parental duty, I shall no more support you in any way. I'll cut ties with you, so you two can go on with your lives as you please.
You'll later regret that. If you cut us off, you won't be able to rely on us when you get old and need care.
I refuse any care from my idiot son and his wife. I'd rather pay a fortune and hire a pro to take care of me. Not every parent wants their children to take care of them, you know. I'm gonna live in a luxury retirement community and use up all the money I have.
No!
Don't ever contact me again. I don't want to see you or your hideous wife ever. Because of you, we have to move out of this house. So you should pay for the moving and the new house. Demanding money again. Don't you get tired of begging for money? What's wrong with asking for money? You know what? This is all your son's fault for not making enough money. Parents are supposed to cover for their children's mistakes. That's why I asked you for the wedding money and the house. Why are you making me the bad one? Excuse me? If John's income was enough, I wouldn't have had to ask you. But after he quit his job, he can't seem to get any decent jobs. That's why we are always in need of money. So what's wrong with asking you, my mother-in-law, for some financial support? Now I see why you were so rude to me. You're blaming me for your own poverty. Stop blaming me for your own financial troubles. Is it a parent's responsibility to cover for their children's mistakes? Don't make me laugh. That's only until they graduate high school. What? If you want to blame someone, blame yourself. You're the one who chose to marry a man who makes only little money. You went out with my son because you liked him. Don't blame me for your own mistakes. You have poor judgment when it comes to men, I guess. You don't have to be so mean. I just asked for some money. Why can't you just suggest that we live together? Huh? I heard that you already moved out of Christina's house. You rented an apartment somewhere, right? Then why don't you let us live there too? Your son and his wife are in trouble. I don't care whether you cut ties with us or not. I'll accept living together, so you should let us move in. Then, you'd better pay me $2,000 per month as rent. What? Even though you're my daughter-in-law, we don't see each other as family, right? It'd sure be tiring to live together, so it's only natural for me to charge you, just like you charged me. No. That's too expensive. It's just an apartment. If you are going to complain about it, do something yourself. If you can't afford it, you can't stay at my place. Go live in a park or under a bridge. Oh no. Don't expect me to help you after you kicked me out. Well, good luck with your newlywed life. When times are tough, remember the gorgeous wedding you had. As long as you have good memories, you'll be able to carry on. My son and his wife rented a cheap apartment and are living a modest life. I later found out that they had spent most of the wedding money I gave them for casino games. They ended up having debts of tens of thousands of dollars. I am truly ashamed of having such a son and daughter-in-law. They are now desperately trying to figure out where I am by begging Christina. But Christina answered, I think your debt collectors have taken Mom somewhere. It's your fault you lost Mom. Thanks to Christina's great act, I am living a quiet and peaceful retirement in my new home.
Hey Tiff, sorry to have done this again, but I've got crazy amount of work that I really need to finish tonight.
Oh, here we go again.
I'm gonna have to cancel our dinner date, but I promise you that when the time is right and I'm done with the project, I'll bring you to even a better dinner. We can even go out of town.
You said that last month, the other month, and months before. You've cancelled our dinner date like 5 times now, Dad. If you really don't want to spend time with me, just be honest with me. I don't like having to beg my own father to spend time with me.
You know it's not like that, Tiff. I promise you, no more canceling next time. You know what? I know you love getting on a cruise like we did when you were younger. Let's do that again.
Really? Thank you, Dad. I'm really looking forward to it.
Guess we're staying at home again tonight.
Oh no! Your dad can't make it again?
Yeah, he said he's really busy with work and needs to finish some project. It sucks. I feel like he's slowly distancing himself from me. We used to be so close, but once he started working for my grandpa's company, he's been super busy.
Well, yeah, I get that, but I mean, at least you have a dad who can get you everything that you want. Should be grateful for that. I can't even ask my dad for anything new. It's always the same and no money excuse.
I guess you're right. He did say he's going to take me on a cruise, so I'm super excited.
Wow, a cruise? That sounds super expensive. I wish I could go too.
Hey Jess, they're opening a new ice skate rink near the Miracle Mall. Let's go there together. I heard it is so much better than the one we used to go to. We can practice our routine again.
Hey Tiff, sorry, but I don't think I can go.
Why not? Are you okay?
Well, I've just been super unwell. I think I want to get a rest instead. I don't want to give everyone my cold when I go to the ice skate ring.
You're still sick? I remember last week you said the same thing. Are you avoiding me? Is something going on?
What? No, I'm not avoiding you. I just really am sick. I must have gotten it from my mom or something. Can't go out. You have fun though, girlie.
Okay then. I hope you get better soon. I really miss hanging out with you. I'll send you some care package. Hey Dad, they're opening a new ice skate rink nearby the mall and I would love to go with you. I remember it was one of our Sunday's activities when I was a kid. I asked Jess, but she said she's feeling really unwell, so I didn't really want to bother her. Oh boy, is Jessica okay? Why is she sick? Did she tell you the reason? Has she gotten her medicine yet? I don't know. It's probably just a cold. She's not telling me much. I didn't know you cared that much about her. Of course I care about her. She's my daughter's friend. That's so sweet of you. Anyway, can you go? Sorry, Tiff. Bad timing. I am really caught up with work. Alright. I kind of expected it anyway. That's okay. I'll just find someone else to go with. but I really can't wait for the cruise trip. Yeah, about that? No, no way. Are you kidding me? Dad, again? Listen, Tiff, I suddenly have an emergency business meeting and it clashes with the date of the cruise trip. I tried getting out of it, but it is really impossible. The team really counted on me and I just can't leave them so that I can go on a trip whereas they're working. Of course, work matters more than me. I'm sorry, I didn't know that spending time with your only daughter makes you a horrible boss. I should have known. It's not like that, Tiff. Hey, Dad, where are you? Mom and I are looking for you. We've cooked a nice dinner for us three to enjoy together. I've already informed you this morning to not be late. I'll be there, my love. I miss you so much, too. I can't wait to be spending time with you a lot. What? Why are you speaking to me like that? Oh, sorry. Don't worry about it. It was a mistake. Don't worry, please. Don't think about it. I'll be back for dinner soon. Dad? I don't get it. Who was that for? Was it for Mom? But she doesn't have her phone with her. Dad? Hello? Who the hell are you? What the fuck do you think you're doing with my dad? You dirty whore? Why are you trying to ruin his marriage? Answer me. I know you're reading this. What business do you have with my dad? What are you trying to do with our family? Oh, Tiffany. I've always known that you're such a spoiled brat. How dare you speak to me that way? Have you not learned how to be respectful? With all those money and wealth, and yet you can't learn to speak politely. You've got to be kidding me. Politely? Why should I be polite to you when it is obvious that you and my dad have something going on? I've often heard that you are one ungrateful child. Now I'm experiencing it myself. The tale is true. All those wealth can't teach you a proper way to behave. This is why people like you don't deserve to be rich. Don't worry. Maybe soon enough when you're out living on the street, you'll know who I am. Perhaps my name will be the only name you can call out during those horrible times. You wait and see. Wow, making no attempt to even hide the fact that you're one disgusting gold digger. You're trying to ruin someone's marriage just for money? How freaking desperate are you? Haha, you're funny, really. Your entitlement won't last. I'm not ruining any marriages. Your parents' marriage is ruined the moment your dad decided that he loves me more and that he wants to give me everything. Your dad wants me. Why wouldn't I want him back? He gives me $10,000 a month. If I wanted more, he would be on my feet giving me more. That wealth, he would send me into a wonderful new life than one I am living now. I'm gonna leave this slum and I will do whatever it takes. Who would have said no to that? You're disgusting and I can't believe my dad ever wanted to be with someone like you. Ha 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 ha. Oh, what an innocent child. You really think your father is one devoted husband who goes home to love you and your mom? Think again. I can't believe you did all this to ruin your marriage and hurt Mom. Mom has been with you from the start. Is this how you repay her? Is she the first mistress? Do you have more? How long has it been? Is this why you never have time to have dinner with us? Is this why you're never able to make it to our dinner date? For a disgusting woman who only wants you for your money? Hey Jess, truly heartbroken tonight. I can't believe that my dad, someone I've loved and trusted all these times, is trying to ruin our family. I can't believe that he would even cheat on my mom. My mom has been with him from the start. After everything they've been through together, to be here, he cheated on her with some vile, disgusting woman who only wants his money. I can't believe he even fell for those. Sure, she was desperate for his money, but what was he so desperate about when it comes to her? I can't believe this. Hey Jess, are you there? Why are you only leaving me on read? Are you okay?
Hi, Tiff. Sorry for not replying to you.
The heck, Jess? What the hell happened? You ghosted me for a week, didn't reply to texts, didn't answer my call, and you weren't even home when I came.
Hey, sorry. I was really sick, and I was just staying at home. I must not have heard it when you came to my house. My phone hasn't been working so well either. So sorry to worry you. You said that last time too. I don't understand why you keep on making all these excuses. If you don't want to talk to me anymore, you could have just told me. Jeez, Tiff, why are you being so entitled? People have problems, okay? You're not necessarily involved in it. I was sick and that's all to it. Taylor said he saw you on a cruise the other day. I mean, it couldn't have been you, right? And why is that? Because I'm poor? Because I'm not as rich as you are to be on cruise? Because all these fancy things are only meant for someone like you are? Wait, why are you so angry? I was just confirming it. You said you were sick, so it couldn't have been you. Of course. It's not me. I was home the whole week, I told you. Stop questioning me. You're making me feel even worse. Calm down, Jess. Why are you suddenly losing it for no reason? I was just asking a genuine question. Just give me some space, please. I really want to be alone. You're stressing me out. What the hell do you think you're doing? You will never succeed in making your dad hate me. I will always be here with him and I will destroy everything if I have to. Me? What am I doing? What are you doing? Aren't you ashamed of yourself for what you're doing? You're sticking to him like a leech. You think you're above everything? I'll prove to you that you will never make it any further than what you have already done. Haha, child. Your father has proven that he loves me more than you and your mom combined together. Remember that cruise you were supposed to go? Right, I went on that cruise last week with my daughter and your dad. See? It isn't so hard for your dad to change his mind. After all, even I am capable of providing him the same family he's about to let go. No, you must be kidding. What do you mean you went on a cruise? He went on a business trip and that's why he can go on a cruise with me. It has nothing to do with you. Oh, you poor, stupid thing. You really still think that? To him, you are nothing but a spoiled brat and he can't wait to get rid of you and your stupid face. Fuck you! Either you tell me who she is or I will never ever speak to you again. Tiff, please stop. You don't have to know who she is. Look, I know I screwed up, but I love you just the same. You're my daughter. You will always be my daughter. Even if your mom and I are no longer together at some point, you are still going to be my daughter. What are you saying? Are you planning to divorce mom? Are you out of your mind? You can't do that. I'm just going to say this one more time. Tell me who this woman is or I will disappear completely from your life. I won't do it so quietly. I will expose you to the world. Don't be crazy, Tiff. Tell me! Fine. You know her. What? It's Celine, Jessica's mother. What? What the fuck? So it's true. Jessica went on a cruise with you and her mom. The cruise I was supposed to go to. You fucking liar! How could you? Does she know? How long has this been? Yes, she knows. It has been almost a year. I'm so disappointed in you. I thought you were better than this. Tess. I can't believe this is what you do to me after being best friends for years. You are out of your mind. Say you've been sick? You can't afford a cruise? Oh, screw you. You're even more disgusting than your mistress mother. You, my best friend for years. We shared everything together. This is what you did to me? Oh, please, Tiffany. Let's not be this dramatic. I've never thought of you as my best friend. You're just a key to my long-term plan. Ever since I laid my eyes on you, all I dreamt of was what you have. I didn't want to be a friend. I wanted to be you. How is it fair for you to live your life without having to worry about anything, whereas I was struggling to think of tomorrow? You are not above me just because you're rich. But I would have helped you. I tried. You refused. And this is what you do? Help me? Like a stray dog? Don't be silly. I don't need your help. You are already helping me by being my friend, inviting me and my mom to your home for meals. I needed nothing more than that. We just need to get to know your dad. What a wonderful man he is, isn't he, Tiff? He took me on a cruise, did a date with me monthly, gave me $5,000 of allowance. You're sick.
How could you do that to me? All for money? It's not enough that you want the money, you even are trying to take away my dad. What the hell is wrong with you and your mom?
Oh, just wait a little bit more. You will be begging on your knees after he left you and your mom completely. If I were you, I'll start looking for a new place to live.
Listen, Jess, I will not ever let this slide. You will not win this.
What the hell do you think you're doing? How dare you get my dad involved?
Oh no, if he talked to you about how much of a money hungry you and your mom are, last time I talked to him, he was so embarrassed by it. Must be surprised that his wife and daughter turned out to be like this. Wait, should I say ex-wife?
You're out of line this time, Tiffany. How dare you try to ruin my family?
Funny you mentioned that. Feels like I said the same thing to you last time.
Fine. Enjoy this while you can. You won't be laughing anymore when my mom and I completely took over your dad's wealth.
Yeah, I wouldn't get my hopes up about that. You'll see.
What are you doing? Why are you getting Jessica's dad involved?
Oh, Dad, I don't think that's what you should be worried about for now. You're not so innocent either. Those poor people, do they have any idea that your wealth is never yours? The house, the company, those savings, do they know? Those allowances of 10K, 5K you were giving them, have you forgotten where they're from? I wonder if Mom has checked the account lately.
Tiff, you don't want to get your mom involved. You will hurt her.
Oh, the nerve you have to say that. You've hurt her the moment you thought of cheating. She will not be happy to know that you're out there getting mistress with her money. She will kick you out as soon as she can. You'll be miserable.
Tiff, please don't do this. I was wrong. I will drop them. We can be a happy family again. Please don't do this.
What did you do before when I begged you to spend more time with me?
Tiff, I'm so sorry. Please don't tell your mom. We'll forget about this and put it behind us. Please, Tiff.
Tiff, look. I know I made a mistake. I realize that now. I still love you. You're my best friend. I'll help you and your mom.
What are you even talking about?
I'll testify for the divorce. I'll be the key witness of the conversation between my mom and your dad. That way they won't get anything. That's what you want, right? It will help you and you guys will still have everything even after the divorce.
And?
I need something to get back on my feet. I'm about to lose everything. I will help you for 10K. Please, that's all I ask for.
Oh, Jessica, my dearest, you plotted a whole cheating plan with your mom and my dad, and you still think you're gonna get anything from me? I don't need you. I hope you and your mom rot in hell.
How could you do this? I'm your father. You have ruined my life.
I bet you didn't think about that when you started cheating. Why regret it now? Did you ever think you were going to get away?
I've lost my job now, Tiff. What else do you want? I've learned my lesson. Please, ask your mom to answer my call. I really need to talk to her.
She doesn't need you. We don't need you at all anymore. Please just leave us alone and never show your face. I'd rather not have a father than one that acts like you.
Please, Tiff. I have nothing now. I've lost most of my money. I don't have a job. I don't even have enough to rent a place. I don't even have a place to sleep tonight. You have to help me, Tiff. I will be better again for you and your mom. Give me another chance.
I'm gonna block you. How fucking dare you ruin my life like this? Haven't you had enough? You grew up with all these riches. We'll kill you to give us a portion of it. Celine, please, let's not act like you were only interested in taking a portion of whatever my mom and I have.
Fuck you, you entitled brat. I will destroy you when I see you next. How dare you ruin my life?
Well, you might have something better to take care of before that.
What the hell? Ungrateful daughter. Great. Not only that you ruined my relationship with my husband, but also my daughter.